It is very interesting. Kay Bailey Hutchison is with us today on her new book called Unflinching Courage, which is an amazing book, as she is an amazing woman with the pioneer spirit. And the women in this book all have that pioneer spirit that Texas has become known for, not only with the women, but also with the men. Define the pioneer spirit. How do you see what it is?
You know, I think it was when I started going outside of Texas that I realized everybody wasn't like us, that everybody didn't have fun and yet persevere and have that entrepreneurial spirit. And
the positive side? It's
the positive attitude facing hardship. That it has been forged in the 19th century when our ancestors fought for independence from Texas and then made a republic for 10 years and then became a state, settled the West through the Indian raids and the trail drives. And it was that they did it with such a positive spirit.
They did it, and the thing, they didn't whine about it. They accepted it. My mother lived to be 97 years old. She had that pioneer spirit. She brought it into the 30s and the 40s, and she was very successful in a man's world because she didn't whine. She didn't feel that she was mistreated.
Right.
You know, she just got up every day and took what came and did the job.
That's right. And Susie, it was amazing because they thought that it would be lost after the 19th century because things are so much better now. But we're still facing obstacles, but we're doing it realizing that we're the luckiest women in the world to be in the United States of America.
We are.
And to be Texans. I think that is what came through to me when I saw how people in other states and other places, they don't love their states like we do.
I know.
They don't talk about their states all the time like we do.
They don't brag like we do.
They don't. And, you know, so many times you see other people from the outside kind of rolling their eyes.
Rolling their eyes. But look how many people are moving to Texas.
I know.
That's what they're jumping ship and moving to Texas. You have the pioneer spirit.
I do.
You have done it through politics. You have created an image and a beautiful sense of style and grace in a tough world. Tell me 4 women today that you think have that spirit.
4 women in Texas. Well,
or not.
Certainly Ann Richards, Barbara Jordan, Wendy Davis, those women, Kay Granger, the first women mayors, Lila Cockrell, Kay Granger, Kathy Whitmire, and Annette Strauss. I mean, look at what those women did. And that was after it was after 1950 that we had the first woman mayor of a major city in Texas. So, you know, we still were overcoming those obstacles, but Annette Strauss was one of the most positive, go-get-em women I ever knew. So was Ann Richards. Kay Granger, she was great. She still is. She's in Congress.
And look at the women in corporate who have risen to the top, broken the glass ceiling.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just a wonderful spirit. Have the men maintained that spirit? Or do men not know quite what they're supposed to be today?
Yes, the men have, and they are the entrepreneurs that have created this great environment in Texas. In Texas, we love business. Our men take risks. Our women do too.
That's right.
And the men they give women a chance.
That's the thing.
They supported me. I never had trouble getting support across the board, men and women.
So is that because you knew how to play the system? I mean, because, you know, it's like traversing a minefield in politics.
You know, it is part of that. It's knowing when to fight and when to switch. I mean, that was a lesson
your battles.
I learned from Ann Armstrong. That's it, and who is another trailblazer that had that spirit. When to fight and when to switch. But it's also that our men are comfortable with strong women. And that was from the beginning. In the 19th century, the women were genteel Southern women who had they had wonderful lives, and they had servants, and they
But
had
they didn't have a
genteel lives.
voice.
But they moved to Texas, where they had nothing. They lived in log cabins. Henrietta King, who helped create
The
the
King
largest ranch in the world at one time, started life in a mud hut.
I know.
Married a hard-drinking ship captain, and her parents were horrified. Didn't want her to do it. She did it. They started life in a mud hut, and she was very much a part of making that ranch what it was, because she stopped the drinking. She, kind of refined him.
Yes.
But then she learned from him the buy and hold concept, which he had. He never sold land. And when he died, she paid the debts, and
Amazing.
she built that ranch even further
That's
with
right.
Richard Clayburgh, her son-in-law.
It's amazing.
It is. I mean, these women were very positive, but they were strong.
And these women never doubted that they could do it.
That's right.
That's what's so amazing.
That's right.
We've got much more with Kay Bailey right after this, so don't go away. And I'll tell you, this book, Unflinching Courage, is not only a great story about the pioneer spirit, it is a great story about women, some of them your grandmothers or your mothers,